Hey guys, it's Lemming Rush, and today we're going to be doing a replay of a game that I had in my T-34-3. This wasn't really an intense carry, but, I'd say it's a carry nonetheless because of the fact that I did 5,300 damage. And, that's really, really impressive, even for a Tier 10, but this was obviously a Tier 8 vehicle, so, it's extremely impressive. This is probably akin to a 10k, 8k damage game in a Tier 10 vehicle. So, yeah. Okay, so we're on the map Cliffs. It's a standard battle, and what we're going to be doing as we start off any game is we're going to be looking at the team lineup. So, as we can see, they have a lot of heavy tanks. Most of their team is comprised of heavy tanks. They have two light tanks and 2 TDs. So, what that means is they're going to have a lot of heavy tanks, as you can see, going to the 9-0 line. So, my plan is to take advantage of that and get side shots on them, and I can do that from here. As you can see, we've got side shots on this KV-85. We're going to put one into him. Take a shot. So 386 damage roll, and, we're relatively hull down in this position. We've got cover, we can pull back, we can engage, at our pace. We don't have... Basically, we control the engagement. We've got their side, and, the engagement's ours. Right there, we have a choice between the KV-85 and a KV-5. We choose to shoot the Tier 8 heavy tank because he's a Tier 8. He's a bigger threat, so it's better to take him out of the game than anyone else. KV-2's up. Another KV-2. We're going to put a shot into this KV-2. Right under his turret. Bit of a low roll there, but it's fine. And, this is just such an overpowered position with the way they're playing. We're basically taking advantage of the fact that they have no medium. So, if they had a medium, there would be a medium here to put pressure on me. Since there isn't, I'm able to just poke, shoot at will with relatively no competition. Notice a KV-85 to my left and a KV-85 in front of me. We're just pulling back from cover. We're basically only showing him our turret. One of the KV-85s dies, which is pretty cool. We're going to put a shot into this LTTB. He puts one into us, which is a bit unfortunate, but, we aren't in any cover for him, and it's extremely profitable for me to trade alpha with him, so I don't feel too bad about that. We see a Jackson. We're going to put one into him. 390, so I'm pretty sure that was 390, so that's an average roll. Waiting for our reload again. Their heavies have gone into the 9-0 area, and this is where the middle, this is why I like the middle. Basically, what you're going to see soon, once I clear this LTDB, this isn't really special, you guys, I'm going to fast forward it. What we're going to have to work on doing is clearing this flank and then going to win the 9-0. And the reason for that is because I'd rather be clearing the 9-0 than the donut. And I'll explain why in a sec. So basically the logic behind that is we're going to... It's very difficult to win the game with the donut. That's basically the logic. So right now we're going to flank. We have an option between a KV-2 and a T-69. We hit the KV-2 instead because he has the bigger gun. So we're eliminating a gun from the game, and it's a massive gun at that. So I think that was the right decision. Right now we're putting ourselves in a semi-hull down position against this T-69. We control the engagement, so I know he's reloading. We're able to sort of stay in cover and just shoot him at will. Tiger 2 gets him. And now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be returning to base. So their team is making a bit of a mistake. I mean, they're abandoning this upper land to go down into the valley. And I'll explain why that's not to their advantage after this. We're going to clear out this this IS-6. Not a KV-2. Too many KV-2s in this game. Put a shot into the back of the IS-6. He's looking at me, but, he spots the Bulba players in a light tank, so he's going to go after them instead. We switch to heat. I really don't know why. I mean, we've got, the ass of an IS-6. There's no need for it. But whatever. We did what we did. We're going to put the back shot into that IS-6. Right now, we're going after the 12T, so... I'm curious how much damage I'm going to do to the 12T if I ram him. And so yeah, we're going to hold our shot and watch this happen. Basically, we're going to ram this 12T. 229 damage, so that was a lot of fun. We put the finishing shot into him. And, we're just going to get 1 or 2 more shots onto this IS-3. So I'm going to pause it here and explain the areas you should go into this map and why. Alrighty, so basically the good things that we did on this map were taking the center of the map. The center of the map allowed us to get early shots on the heavies going into the 9-0 line. It allowed us to win this sort of city here. And the city, they've always going to have campers in this city, or they're always going to have, people in the middle of the map. Once you can clear these guys, you can see how I took full advantage of that, and I was able to go around and flank the 9-0. There is an argument to be said for using the middle to win the map. However, I disagree with it because... Sorry, not the middle, the donut. The reason I don't like going the donut right off the bat is because it's iffy. If that T-69 had decided to go into the donut, I would be wrecked. It's that simple. He would have beat me every single time. Even at tier 10, if I was in a 140 and, you know, something like a 50B or a Batshot had decided to go into the donut, he'd have a huge advantage on me. So, you know, I don't like the donut because it allows for DPM fights. And, you know, DPM fights don't allow skills. So the reason you want to extend fights is because it allows the enemy to make mistakes. And if you're a better player than them, you'll be able to capitalize and make less mistakes. So, yeah. From the middle of the map, you're able to fall back into the city to defend the 9-0 if you have to, or you can fall back into the city to defend the middle if you have to, or you can fall back into the city to defend with the donut if you have to. So once you're in the donut, you can like the falling back doesn't give you anything. It puts you at a disadvantage. Once you control, like if you've gone to the middle, falling to the back doesn't give you as little as a disadvantage. So the reason I like to go the middle is because it gives you positive options. So, you know, the consequences for losing, you know, for falling back when you're in the middle are not as great as falling back once you're in the donut. So, you know, hopefully this made sense. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments. If you want to see more of my videos, be sure to like and hit the subscribe button. And yeah, I hope to see you around. Later, guys. Bye-bye.